Hello guys and welcome back to another FPL video. My name is FPL Meerkat and today I've got my Game Week 14 team selection for you guys. But before I get into the team, let's have a look at how the team did in Game Week 13. And it was a pretty poor game week for me. About a 100% red arrow there from 235k to 474k. Yeah, bit of a tough one for me. This game week, a lot of things went wrong, as you can see there. Captain Salah at least did the business for me. 5 points doubled to 10, but that was pretty much it in terms of returns. Saka was nice there, getting an assist and 2 bonus points. And Watkins scoring the only goal in my team. But yeah, everyone else blanked in the team. It was a bit of a horror game week. The Aston Villa Spurs game went terribly. I know Watkins managed to get a goal, but Son blanking, Diaby and Cash both getting subbed off at half time was pretty devastating for my team. The one transfer I did was Aït-Nouri in for Bell to bench Tsimikas, and Aït-Nouri ended up getting less points than Tsimikas anyway, and he ended up going off injured. So yeah, it was just an absolute horror game week for me. 34 points. Was a tiny score, about 15 points, I believe, below the average score around my rank. So, yeah, giving me a pretty big red arrow there. I'm not too sure how I feel about the team. I knew this was going to be a pretty difficult game week, given how many players I had playing each other. Bowen being injured as well didn't help. And yeah, I'm just really not too sure what to do. Been a bit deflated this week because, yeah, I didn't really know what I could have done with my team to make it any better. And yeah, there's just been some differentials out there that have scored massive points. If you went for the likes of Gordon, João Pedro as well, someone else going massive. If you had any of those, either of those players, you would have had a really nice score. Arsenal keeping a clean sheet as well was pretty devastating. I know a lot of people have Arsenal defenders. So yeah, a bit of a tough one this game week. But yeah, we're going to move straight on to the Game Week 14 team. I've already made a transfer. I think for the first time maybe this season, I've made an early transfer. I've gone Diaby to MBEUMO. Now, my reasoning for that is MBEUMO is constantly rising in price. As you can see there, I only have 0.2 million in the bank. If he'd rised 2 times, I would have just had enough money to make the move. I was pretty certain that was going to be my move. Diaby getting subbed off at half time is just not good enough for my team. I want to pick players now who are going to be playing regular minutes every single week. There are still quite a couple of rotation risks in the team, but now I have a midfield 5 who I can comfortably see that if fit, they're going to play all the games during this Christmas break. I'm taking a bet basically that Bowen is going to be fine. If Bowen's not fine, I can just bench him again. I could look to move him on. Again, we just don't have a time frame on Bowen, which is really frustrating. I'm hoping that he's going to be back for this Crystal Palace game, but again, if he's back the following week, I'll probably keep him, but we might not get an exact time scale on how long he's going to be out for. So yeah, quite frustrating there. But yeah, I think the team looks great on paper this week, to be honest. I'm a lot more optimistic. Trippier with the home game against Man United. Man United do seem like they've turned a new leaf once again. So that might not be a clean sheet there, but I'm still all right to have him in the team. Pretty much because I've not really got anyone better. Cash as well. The double up still with Villa against Bournemouth away. I'm not actually too confident about that fixture. Bournemouth have been pretty good at home. And yeah, Cash has been absolutely rubbish recently. Watkins I'm still happy to keep, but he is a little pricey up top. The triple up on the Liverpool assets home to Fulham. I think that's going to be a really nice game for the Liverpool trio. I'm very optimistic about that one. Saka against Wolves, again a good fixture. The double up as well on Brentford assets for their home fixture against Luton. No Haaland as well in the team, which this week I am genuinely concerned about. I know that he scored 16 pointers in 2 weeks. But a lot of people didn't see that one coming. Spurs, I feel like he could be on for a haul, and I've got absolutely no way of getting him back in. I would have to take at this point a -12 to get Haaland back in, so I'm just going to I've made my bed, so I'm going to lie in it. I've got no chance of getting Haaland back in. So yeah, Alvarez is currently on the bench. I wouldn't mind playing Alvarez, although he has just looked miles off it in terms of FPL returns recently. It's just all going to Haaland. He's just getting all the goals for this Man City side, who have really reignited their system that they had last season, where they just fed Haaland all these chances. So yeah, I do regret getting rid of Haaland, mostly because of how the team's structured, and also the likes of Son and Saka, who I got in because I was worried about not owning both of them, and I just couldn't get that many, I couldn't get them in with my team structure, haven't performed. They really haven't performed. Son has been very unlucky, I'd say, also with the injuries that Spurs have been having. It's been a bit tough for him, but I'm optimistic about this Man City game. He does like to perform in the Man City games. I've currently got the armband on Salah. I'm very 50-50 at the moment between Salah and MBEUMO. They're definitely the two favourites for me. I've not really considered anyone else there. Maybe Darwin, if I know he's going to start, but I probably don't. And Salah's always got penalties, hasn't he? So I will probably go for Salah out of the two of them. But I'm very, very punty on MBEUMO. I don't want to go too differential. My rank isn't that bad at the moment. 500,000. It's still recoverable if I just play safe. And obviously Salah's ownership is going to be so high that if I don't captain him, I'm going to wish he blanks. But I do think MBEUMO can definitely outscore Salah, and it could be a really nice opportunity to rise in rank, because I know a lot of people are going to own MBEUMO, but I don't think many are going to captain him when Salah and Haaland both have such favourable fixtures. I've also got Bayer there on the bench with Sheffield United at home, who I could definitely play, maybe over Cash, get another home fixture into the starting lineup. Burnley haven't looked great defensively, but they are against, statistically, the worst attack in the league. So I could potentially play Bayer. I'm definitely thinking about that one. I'll have to see how Cash does midweek, but I think there's a very good chance that Cash doesn't even start. I think defensively he's been pretty poor. And when he's been starting in the attacking, on the right wing, he's been subbed off for Bailey, who has looked like one of Aston Villa's better attackers. So I feel like Bailey's going to get the nod at some point over one of Diaby or Cash. So getting rid of them, I think, is a top priority at the moment. This is the last good fixture for Aston Villa, though, for a while. So I could potentially just play him anyway. But yeah, I'm definitely feeling like I could play Bayer. Let me know who you would start. Would you start Alvarez? If so, who are you benching for him? And would you start Bayer over Cash? Would you maybe start him over Trippier? But Trippier's just got such attacking threat, and it's at home as well. Newcastle's form at home is so much better than away. I honestly would like to kind of get Gordon in this team as well, but I'm very happy with that midfield five if Bowen is fit. And yeah, I don't really want to make too many I don't want to take too many hits as well, given that there are blanks coming up and I will need to get Haaland back in at some point. It will probably be for the sacrifice of Son or Trippier is who I'm currently thinking. Son really needs to start upping his game. I know he's a very good asset, but without Maddison, without that creativity in the team, I think he is really lacking. He did score a hat-trick of offside goals this game week, but yeah, he's not done well for me. I know as soon as I take him out there, he'll start doing well. It was literally as soon as I got him in, he started underperforming. Same as Saka, same as Watkins, and I think same as Darwin as well. So yeah, pretty much every asset, same as Cash as well. I think the only assets that I've got in and have done really well are Salah, Tsimikas, and Trippier. I think they're the only three that I've actually hit the nail on the head in terms of doing well. And MBEUMO, it was a big mistake selling him the first time. So he's back in the team and he's probably going to be in the team for a while. I've currently got 3 players there who do blank in game week 18. The blank obviously being between Brentford and Man City. So I might look into that, and I think the plan is going to be having MBEUMO and Haaland and just bench them both and have a strong enough bench to just get around that blank without using a free hit, and then maybe consider getting in another Man City asset. But I think having Flecken is really useful because he's a goalkeeper. I can just easily bench him for game week 18. But I think I will also have a look as to what a free hit team in game week 18 will look like. Maybe I can stack up on more Man City players, more Brentford, another Brentford player, and free hit and get around it. But then I am using a chip, and I do like using my chips to later on in the season. So yeah, that's how the team looks for this game week. I'm hoping for a green arrow. It's been very much... I don't seem to have a very consistent set of game weeks, to be honest. I either have a really big green or a really big red. It seems to be one or the other. I've bounced from about 400, 500k to 200k consistently. So I'm hoping that I can get back to 200k this game week. Moving on to the mini league team of the game week, Bowen747 here with 66 points. And you can see there the big differentials that have really carried this team. The two players that I mentioned previously, João Pedro and Gordon, both getting 13 points there. Really, really nice. Especially, I credit you for keeping on to João Pedro for so long, given he's been a rotation risk. But Fatty going off injured was potentially the spark for him to get in the team and prove his mark with 13 points there. Also on penalties as well. I do have a stat about penalties as well. There's been 42 penalties awarded already this season. 39 of them have been converted, and one of the misses was Salah's, that he scored the rebound anyway. So not only are there so many more penalties this season, there's about, let me just work that out, I think there's about 3 every single game week on average. They're also being converted at a ludicrously high rate as well. So penalty takers really should be on our radar. And we got 2 further penalty takers confirmed. Hwang for Wolves, we think is on penalties. He did win the penalty, so maybe that's got something to play in it. But we do think Hwang is on penalties. And Willian as well is on penalties. We had that absolutely confirmed. He took 2 in the game against Wolves. So yeah, a really, really nice team here. Obviously, the likes of Saka and Salah getting returns as well. And Captain Haaland, who, out of the popular picks of Son, Salah and Haaland, was the best option. Obviously, Saka as well, a fairly popular option. But yeah, Gordon doing really well. João Pedro doing really well. And Lascelles, unfortunately, on the bench there. I probably would have benched him as well, looking at your defence, to be honest. So I wouldn't feel too bad about that. But yeah, really, really nice score there for Ramit. And going to the leaderboard, there is a little bit of a shake-up here. We've got, I believe, John Patterson, has now got a gold and a silver medal, got the second highest score, so jumps up to second in the leaderboard. Harvey's still the only person with 2 gold medals so far, and we are gradually getting to a full leaderboard of only gold medals there. Quite a few there with 2 top 10s as well with a gold medal, and quite a few, 3 there with a gold and a bronze. So yeah, really nice. I'm still yet to get into the top 10. It was a rubbish game week for me this game week. I think I've come like 12th one game week. That's the closest I've got so far. And I have been top on many occasions before the game week is finished. But yeah, I'm hoping to get into the onto this leaderboard at some point myself, or at least get a top 10, because I'm last at the moment, joint last with a few of you. And that's going to wrap it up for this video, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. I hope that Game Week 13 wasn't as bad as mine was, and I hope that your Game Week 14 is a lot better. Let me know who you're captaining in the comments below and who your transfer is going to be if you are making any this game week. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Get subscribed to the channel if you want more weekly content, and I'll see you in the next FPL video.